beautiful people. Today I'm going to show you how to mail your painting. I'm going from Portland, Oregon to Wyoming, which is maybe like 1,500 to 1,700 miles or something. This beautiful alcohol ink tile that I did with Saskia in our art collaboration, I'll link to it here so you can watch that video if you want. This video, this beautiful copper cloud pour, was really fun to do. And then this is one of my flower dips that I did with Fiona. And so the first thing you want to do is find the right box. And I apologize for the camera shake. I don't know, my camera wasn't secure enough, but find the right box, peel off all the other labels so the computer doesn't get confused. Make sure the box is sturdy and find one that's going to fit all of your items. It's really important. Not just the actual items themselves, but you have to account for the packaging materials. And yes, you do need packaging materials. I see people saying that they just ship their paintings with, just basically with nothing around it, with parchment paper, just some tissue paper or whatever. I don't know about you, but I've gotten some packages that are just torn open, and I don't want my painting being punctured. Someone's already paid for this, so as far as I'm concerned, this is this is an expensive item that it's totally irreplaceable. So I put a piece of parchment paper over the front. I get those big sheets. I'm a chef, so that's what I do for a living. So I have those laying around, but you can, put more parchment paper. It protects the painting from sticking. And then I make these special little alcohol ink cards. They don't take very much time, and I just think they add a little bit of class to your packaging. And I stick it on the front like that with my name, heathermaderart. And then I start to figure out what else I'm gonna need to make this all happen. Of course, depending on how many paintings you're shipping and what you're shipping, you might have, to make different choices than I did. But this is what I do just to protect, a protective layer. I wrap everything in parchment. And parchment is non-stick, so no matter what happens, it's not going to stick to each other. The paintings aren't going to stick to the packaging. And sometimes if you just took it and wrapped it just directly in bubble wrap, it can actually stick to the bubble wrap. And then a client will pull it off, and they'll pull off part of the painting. You should also varnish your paintings, and they should be properly cured before you decide to send them to a client. This is just a good business practice, and you want them to be super happy, and hopefully they'll think of you again. They'll tell other people about you, and this is just a practice you should think about when doing business, period, is how can I make my client extremely happy so they have nothing but good things to say about me. And now I'm kind of wrestling with this box a little bit, but the reason I'm doing it is I like to cut a piece of cardboard that fits inside of the box that I'm mailing, and it will not move. So it basically provides a stabilization for the painting, so the painting isn't sliding around in any possible way. Also, if the box fell or got punctured in some way, that cardboard is just like an extra layer of protection against the actual painting itself. So the client's not going to open up the box and there'll be a rip in their painting or a tear or a slice. Maybe they use a box cutter to open up the box and, they get too close, or someone careless opens up the box, not realizing there's a painting inside, or any number of things that could happen. So that cardboard just provides an extra layer of protection, and I really think it's a good idea. So in retrospect, I might have wanted to wrap this tile in bubble wrap additionally, but it's fine. So it got there fine. So in retrospect, I might have also not only wrapped in parchment, but again, in bubble wrap. So, you have to decide how far your painting is going and how well everything fits. When I get mine all put together, it is severely, and like I could shake the box and you couldn't even hear anything rattling or any movement whatsoever. And that's really kind of what you're going for with your package. And then I'll finish it like this. I'll finish it with a little business card. I used Canva to design my business cards, and I thought they turned out so pretty. I was really happy with those, and they came super quick and they were super cheap, and that's Canva, Canva.com. So it's a great way to design a business card yourself if you're really picky and you don't want someone else to do it like most artists can be. It's a good way. So that's what I do. I affix it like that, and again, it looks pretty and looks finished, and then we wrap it. So that kind of provides a few layers of things when they open up the package. There's going to be, I don't know. I just think it's gonna be pretty. And then I wrap the whole thing in just some purple tissue paper. Again, more for aesthetics than anything else. And I'm gonna fit this inside of the painting, but it's very snug in there, and all the tissue provides support. If I may not suggest that you always put something inside of your canvas like that, but this is so thin and it actually fits perfectly. The issue may be that the pointed edges could leave a little imprint, which is totally, you and I both know all they have to do is spray it with water and let it dry and it will go back to normal. But not everybody knows this or probably even wants to deal with it. In this case, I don't feel it's going to happen because of the way everything is so snug inside of there. It's a perfect fit. So it's not going to have any pressure. Anyway, so I use the tissue paper. I wrap up everything and trying to make it look nice, and I'll speed through this part a little bit because I can be kind of anal retentive about that kind of stuff. But the main thing is I'm taking another piece of cardboard and I'm going to build a second layer. So now we have a layer that covers the front of the painting and a layer that covers the back of the painting, like that. So what it ends up being is just really super, see, it's so snug that it's absolutely not going to move, period, at all once we get that inside of the box. There's just literally going to be no movement. And again, if something happens, it's also protected from all sides now. So now there'll be 2 layers of cardboard on the bottom and 2 layers of cardboard on the top once it's inside the box. So I put it inside the box and you can see I have to literally press it down. That's how tight you want it in there. And that makes it completely snug. Remember when they used to have, well, they still do ship sometimes with those styrofoam pieces that hold the product in perfectly? Well, I don't want to use styrofoam and I don't have those, but see, I gave it a little shake and decided, yeah, it's absolutely positively not going to move, so that's what I'm looking for. Then you just start filling with various brown paper. I love those air packs. They're amazing. I use enough paper in there and air packs so there's absolutely zero movement. When you close the lid of the box, you want it to be so tight in there that you don't hear any shifting or anything. There's no places for the painting to go. And that's going to keep that painting absolutely, totally, and completely secure on its travels. I have a friend who works at the post office, and one thing that he always said was they have tons and tons of packages with little pieces of tape that have come off sitting somewhere that they've pulled the label off. So these little tape ends can kind of catch, and the next thing you know, the label gets pulled off and then they don't know where the boxes go, and that's one of the main reasons for lost packages. So go over your box, tear off anything extra, anything that's sticking out. You definitely want to make sure that it's all pressed down. See that little edge? That's the edge. Nope, you don't want that. So that's the kind of thing that you would want to tear off. That's the kind of thing that would catch. So you want to make sure to either rip it or cut it off and then tape over that. And that's what I'm going to do right there. So yeah, now that you're almost done, make sure that the address is right, double check everything, write the label, put it on top of the box, and you're pretty much good to go. It's really not difficult to package a painting, especially this size. The bigger ones or the special sizes ones, they can take a little doing. Sometimes you have to create a box. But see, give it a good shake. I didn't hear a single thing in there when I did that. It was perfectly silent. That's when you know you've done a good job. And so far, of 100 paintings I've sent out at least, I haven't had a single issue. Every single one has arrived absolutely perfectly. So this is my instructions for you to mail a painting safely. I just wanted to say thank you so much too for your support, Martha K and Miriam P, to my channel. Every single donation helps, every single one. And supporting my channel, there is a link in my description box to my PayPal. Feel free to click on that, and it helps me keep making these art videos for you. Also, I keep saying this, but there is more mixed media coming up. Not only alcohol inks, but I'm kind of excited about a little mixed media projects I have. There's just not enough time in the day. Sometimes it's like, oh gosh, there's so many things I want to do, and I just run out of time sometimes. But I'm definitely excited. I have resin. Resin has arrived. I've never used it before, so I'm going to try that out. And here is wishing that all of your art projects reach their clients in perfect condition. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe so I can make more art videos for you.